What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I wanted to hit y'all with this one. Um, Never be the kind of person that only respects someone because they are someone. And I put the someone in air quotes because everybody is special. Everybody should be treated with respect. Everybody should be treated with the same respect, initial respect on contact. Whether you know them, whether they're famous, popular, um, in a position of high status or not, just the initial contact of coming in contact with another individual, that off the rip should just warrant you having respect for them. And I just have seen, man, in the business I'm in, I see it too many times. I see what people walk into the room, and just because they may be somebody, it changes the whole way that other people act towards them. And if it's somebody who is not necessarily, I'm sorry, y'all, my OCD kicked in. If there's somebody who is not necessarily somebody, meaning they're not known, they're not as popular or whatever, um, I've seen the whole attitude change as well. I've seen the way people are very dismissive, very disrespectful, um, just discounting the presence of someone, because you don't know them. And I've also saw situations before where there was somebody who didn't know who a person was, and they treated them like that. They treated them with disrespect, or they treated them with like, I'm not even paying attention to this person. And then somebody who they do respect or look at as being somebody, they see them treating that other person with respect and with reverence, and now they're looking like who was that? Who was that? Then they find out that the person is somebody of high status, or just somebody that's respected. Because you don't have to be rich and famous and high up in position for people to respect you and to know you. Because a lot of people work behind the scenes. And when I say work behind the scenes, I don't mean work behind the scenes in a particular industry per se, even though that does apply. When I say work behind the scenes, I mean there's some people who they just move in silence, and they just move with and carry themselves with the aura that demands respect, or they put in work. They've lived their life in a way that is respectable, and the people who have been around them have have received respect from them, and they have carried themselves in a way where even the people, even the best of the best, know, hey, that's a good person, that's a good dude, that's a good sister, and they are to be respected. So it's not about being famous and known. But I've seen people who didn't know who that type of person was. Then they see how somebody who's supposed to be somebody treat them, and then they start acting different. So your respect for a person is now selective. Your respect for a person is now based on uh, who they are, or even worse, who somebody told you they was, who you think they are. Because now your wheels start turning and trying to figure out how to get close to that person, and gain some of whatever they may have to offer, and you want to get a piece of that. Don't be that kind of person. Be the kind of person who shows love and honors everybody, whether you know who they are or not. Because the people that a lot of times we look at as being these high level greats, honorable men and women, a lot of times they not. Sometimes they are. I don't want to put the word out there like, you know, everybody that's famous or rich or powerful is just a hole, because that's just not true. It's a lot of really good people out there that are still grounded and rooted and humble. But A lot of times they just not, man. But because you want to be close to whatever benefits that you may be able to uh, collect from the crumbs off their table, then you act totally different. When you should treat the so-called common man the exact same way that you would treat the so-called superstar. And you show yourself to really be to not be an authentic person. Show yourself to be fake when you get down like that, you know. And people can notice it. People can see it. People take to it instantly because people are not as dumb as you think they are. So moving forward, man, anybody that you come across, man, whether you know them or not, whether they are the floor sweeper in the warehouse, all the way up to the chairman of the board, you make sure that you treat everybody with respect, because even that person that you hold in high regard, they may not ever do nothing for you, but the one that you dismiss could have been the one that could have taken you to another level. You never know. And it's just the right thing to do. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Go check out the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast. It's up right now. And I'll catch y'all with another one. Peace.